Hey everyone, welcome to another week of our daily devotionals and the start of a new series called Questions in Genesis, where we're going to be looking at the first book of the Bible to see what it says about who God is and who we are. Now, how often though, when we come to Genesis, do we start with our own questions about what we want it to tell us, right? How old is the earth? Is the earth flat or round? Were the 7 days of creation actually 24 hours? Is evolution true or false? See, I don't think that's the best starting place. And in fact, I don't even think that our first place of asking questions should come from a Christian perspective. Questions like, do we see the Trinity in Genesis 1? Is the snake in the garden Satan? These are questions, those especially the Christian ones, that I think we should ask. But we have to start with the original meaning of Genesis in its time and place. Genesis is an ancient Near Eastern work. And so we shouldn't be surprised that the questions it's trying to answer are questions that ancient Near Eastern people would be asking. For example, they probably would assume that the earth was flat and that the sun revolves around the earth. Right? You go read Psalm 19, you see that expressed pretty clearly. But the earth isn't flat. The sun does not revolve around the earth. We know that now. And knowing this shouldn't be a problem for how we read Genesis or how we read the Bible as a whole. See, the revelation of God is always mediated through human perspectives. God can only speak to us in ways that we could understand. He can only speak to them in ways they could understand. It's about the purpose of Scripture. It's not trying to just scientifically describe creation. It's trying to theologically describe the Creator. So to me, there are two big questions that Genesis is trying to ask of us and it's trying to answer. The first is, what kind of creator do we have? Who is this God that we believe in, that we believe formed us and calls us? And the second is, who are we as the people of this God? Right, so it's about calling. It's about the nature of God's promises. And with this idea of calling, and in fact, you can kind of structure Genesis as being about two calls. The first half is, the first really 11 chapters, is God calling the world to be God's world. And the second half is God calling a special people to be his representatives in the world. So to me, it's important that we start with the right questions, or we get hung up on the wrong answers. I hope you're excited to be a part of this journey as we see who we are in view of who our Creator truly is.